5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It looks like there's red on both wrists.
Like that. You don't shake your hands like that. So one of the things she could do, so she can turn that hand around and you get a little bit different pull on the palm. Feels weird, it's awkward, but again, you're just trying to lift yourself through this last handful, 9 pull-ups you gotta do. But anything to take the pressure off that palm.
Here's still these for the women. Only a 10-rep lead now on Catherine Davis-Donner. Here's from 264 to 300 pull-ups. Davis-Donner from 254. Adams now only 4 reps ahead of Tia Toomey. Olsen keeping in second place for the men. He's through 220 of his 300 pull-ups. Davis-Donner, the former 2-time champion, comes in second place overall. And now just 5 reps back of Gary Pierce.
Catching is strong. Now here's the job of the coach. This is your job, is to navigate your athlete through the weeds. What I mean by that is when things just get to the brink, where you're completely exhausted, you're mentally drained, you don't know where you are, that is your coach's job to get you through the end. Cap, stay with 5s, 10-second rests. Carry, you're getting caught. Stick with 3s, shorten the reps. Those are the jobs of the coach. That's the chess game behind the scenes. That is why your coach is there, is to navigate you through the weeds at the end of this event.
So just 20 reps to go now for Carrie Pierce. 601 is the mark she's trying to hit. There's one final mile left. Davis-Donner now 9 reps behind Carrie Pierce. Toomey, meanwhile, has passed Haley Adams.
Carrie still sticking with 4 on the left side of your screen. Cat going back up. She's, again, hanging on to 5s.
Carrie Pierce now with just 7 reps remaining.
Pop up. Don't rest that much for a set of 7 if it's not going to happen. Pop up, do a 4, do a 3, and get out of there.
Davis-Donner creeping up. Now within 4, but Pierce back to work.
Jeez, just do singles now. Get yourself out of that. You gotta get out of that area and get back on the get out onto the run. There we go.
Nice. And that's it for Carrie Pierce. 1 mile remains. Catherine Davis-Donner. 7 reps.
And she's got to
Pierce.
She's got to run
She is.
like she's being chased down by a gun.
She will have a sled dog on her heels, so she's going to have to pick up the pace. Carrie Pierce still giving herself a really good chance of maybe getting into the top 3 right now. She's got to keep at least Catherine Davis-Donner between herself and Haley Adams. Now Davis-Donner is done and will try to track down Carrie Pierce. Tia Toomey and Haley Adams, meanwhile, are trading 3rd place.
I love how Carrie's going for it. She's not holding back. She's trying to get as much as, and here's part of it too. When you're talking about the game within the game, breaking spirits. One of those is that if you're running up to someone, waiting a few seconds, and then sprinting by them so they won't chase you. The other one
6 minutes
is
left.
out of eyesight.
Yep. So they can't
At the
see you.
start of the run, and that's what Carrie is, because there's a big turn coming off that 90 degrees from the ring, and if Catherine takes the corner and can't see Carrie, it might keep her from trying to chase her down in the very beginning.
Here's going from 5th into 3rd. Again, she has to get at least one other person between herself and Haley Adams in this event in order to even have a shot to do that. And right now she has 2. Catherine Davis-Donner, who's chasing her on this run, who has yet to come around the corner. Tia Toomey, who has passed Haley Adams now in 3rd, is also helping Carrie Pierce. Here's a look over her shoulder and sees Catherine Davis-Donner finally round the corner.
And I agree with you 100%. Chase, that she tried to sprint out, because if you watch the tempo of how they're running, Catherine was trying to catch her breath to get set for that run. Carrie was running for her life.
Meanwhile, Haley Adams is still on the pull-up bar, but she is inching closer to that 300 mark. She is through 274 of the 300 pull-ups.
Like, Haley is tough as nails.
She's
Tough as nails. I've seen so many athletes rip hands like that and go to their knees and cry in their milk, Haley hasn't batted an eye. She hasn't complained. In fact, she's doing bigger pull-up sets than she did when we saw earlier. This girl is so dang tough.
Meanwhile, on the bottom right, Noah Olson, who is in lane number 1, has tied Matt Fraser and now leads for the men. He's through 295 and counting of his 300 pull-ups. That's big for Noah Olson. Olson coming in 5th place overall, 465, trying to do the same thing that Carrie Pierce is doing, fall from 5th into the top 3. And Olson right now has Matt Fraser, at least he did, between himself and Justin Medeiros. Olson on the run, as he is done with his
4 minutes.
Matt Fraser just got off the pull-up bar as well. Olson makes the turn. Here comes Fraser and Toomey. And Fraser waited for Tia. Fraser behind him, and between himself and Medeiros, Olson's got a shot. He's got a shot at getting on the podium.
How big would that be for Noah Olson after everything he's been going through all weekend long, coming off the 2nd place finish last year, almost leaving him for dead a few times along the last 3 days. If he can find himself on top of the podium, it might not have been the stellar finish or event that he wanted, but when everything's not going according to plan and you still have a performance like this is a good booster for maybe next year could potentially be for Noah.
Carrie Pierce is still ahead of Catherine Davis-Daughter, and she still has Davis-Daughter and Toomey between herself and Haley Adams. Now Noah Olson is on the run and looking a little labored here with his game. Pierce passing Davis-Daughter, so Carrie Pierce looking for a huge event win here.
And for Carrie, this is all trusting your training. How many times has she said we've been hammering running? I hate running, but we've been hammering it. It has all come down to your training when it comes to the end.
Matt and Tia continue to run together. Pretty appropriate given what the two of them
2
have
minutes.
accomplished this weekend. Carrie Pierce looking to try to accomplish something that hasn't been done since 2014, and that's put an American woman on the podium. Haley Adams is finally on the run, gutted through those 300 pull-ups. That is a tough 19-year-old kid.
Now, big for Carrie is, yes, she just passed Catherine. It's the same thing you said at the very beginning of the run. You saw her, she saw you. Get some distance. Get as much distance as you can.
Here's passing Olson, who is your leader for the men right now.
I tell you, I'm overly impressed with Carrie Pierce right now. I thought she would have slowed down a little bit. I thought she would have kind of fallen into that mental trap, but she just closed her eyes and went for it. And the fact that she's still holding on to this tempo, look how slow Noah's running. Carrie Pierce is crushing this run.
Noah's got to be careful because he's in a good spot right now. He's your leader of the event, but Fraser is creeping up on him. Noah's got to keep Fraser behind him, and between himself and Justin Medeiros in this event, Medeiros is on the run.
Now they're telling Tina to start running faster. Maybe they're going to stay together.
Carrie Pierce, a while ago, took a look over her shoulder and did not see Catherine Davis on her. So Carrie Pierce saving her best effort for last.
20
And
seconds.
looking to lock up 100 points and possibly a spot on the CrossFit Games podium. Bottom right,